If you are a restaurant owner, you know this already, that dealing with a chef, it can be much harder than dealing with your customer. My name is Davide Cerretini. I'm the former owner of Botto Bistro in San Francisco, California. I'm also known as the one-star chef because I took so many one-star on Yelp when I declared war to them and I started the campaign 8 Us on Yelp. So I've been dealing with chef a lot. Luckily for me, my restaurant, I was the head chef in Botto Bistro. I was a co-owner with another chef, Michele, which put me in a position that I didn't have to deal with somebody else who was in charge of the kitchen. But I've been helping a lots of restaurant owners, and I can see that they're facing this kind of issue, especially today, which is really hard to find the right person working for you. I want in this video to give you an overview and analyze this situation really carefully. I also going to give you some suggestions for solutions or how to deal with the very specific issue, because on the table it's the sanity, both of the chef and the restaurant owner. Today there is so much friction, and it's because there is a particular attitude. The stereotype of the chef is ego-driven. He's got an attitude. He's got issues of other kind. We all know that statistically, the profession of the chef is one of the with the highest rate of suicides, unfortunately, and alcohol and drug abuse and divorce. Definitely, it's a particular profession that it take away a lot from the people that they love their job, and it become also with the media, with the show and watching Gordon Ramsay yelling at people, throwing stuff, other chefs treating people like crap because they think they are gods. And the new generation kind of absorb this information, and it's very unfortunate because at my time, deciding to be a chef, you were driven only by the passion to cook. Today, I'm not so sure it's all about the passion of cooking. It's chasing that chef coat because of what we represent. Today, some of the chefs are treated like rockstar. 34 years ago, it wasn't that way. Today, unfortunately, the market is oversaturated, and there are millions of chefs out there, and even the one that they're not, they tell you that they're chefs. So everybody's a chef. So imagine these poor kids, the new generation, they had to find a way to show them that they're better than the other. It's a very ugly race, and nobody's gonna win, just a small percentage. Some of them, they're gonna end up working for some asshole yelling at them after spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in a culinary school. Maybe somebody's gonna open a little restaurant by themselves and is gonna struggle all their life. And other one more lucky, they might have some success for a restaurant, and a very few, 0.1%, he might end up in TV and be the next Gordon Ramsay. But yeah, I wouldn't be, it's like winning the lottery, so I wouldn't be so sure about that. But let's talk about restaurant owners. So you dealing with this kind of personality in your kitchen, run in your kitchen, be the engine of your restaurant, and it's a ticking bomb. Sooner or later, you're gonna have problems like everybody else. So today's chefs are hard to find, hard to deal with. They can bring success and they can destroy completely your restaurant. So you put in yourself, if you're not a chef like me or you are a chef owner, you put yourself in the hand of someone else. That on paper is not very stable. In the other hand, we have to say that these people that they're chef now, they're going through a crisis as well. They feel underpaid. They are not able to spend time with their family. They are under stress all the time, and they don't feel like want to work in a restaurant anymore. In fact, we see so many chefs that today they dedicate more to be a personal chef. This is the new trend. In the weekend, I do that myself many times. I go to people's house as a private chef, and I do this beautiful dinner Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, sometimes even during the week. And then I close the door and that's it. And I'm making the salary, probably even more than one chef that have to stay on duty for 12 hours a day and be forced to work all the time. So the chef decide that they want to go in a direction. They don't like anymore that kind of vibe. The restaurant owner also hate that situation. So at the moment, we find a little more friction. If you have a wonderful and loyal chef working for you, well, lucky you, make sure that it's going to stay that way. Although trust me, my best suggestion is always to keep an eye open, because the wind is changing all the time. You're not gonna see any chef stay for years working in a restaurant. It's not like it used to be. So if you want to be ready when that time comes, that he's gonna open his own restaurant or he's gonna find another job, you gotta keep your radar, your ears up all the time. So what happened here? Obviously, if you don't have a chef, you close down the restaurant. But that is something that I want to tell you about it. Today, many of the restaurants, they point of everything on the shoulder of the chef. Some of them, the one with the Michelin star to Michelin chef, they need to have a chef with a name. They must have a chef with a name. But today I'm talking about, in that situation, you need to have somebody that really it's a proper chef, an executive chef, and he's just running the kitchen in the proper way as a Michelin star restaurant requires. But I'm going to give you an example, like a medium-sized restaurant like mine, Caciucco, Botto Bistro, where you have like in the kitchen 5, 6, 7 people alternating. It's not that big. You're a chef as well. So there is a way that I did it for my restaurants, and I help many other restaurant owners to do it, which is design a new way that is more pointed to the product, not to the chef. So the problem in the kitchen is not really the cook, the sous chef, the prep guy, and the dishwasher. The problem is always the chef. He's the one that dictates the vibe, the culture, and if he's not on your side, then it can be like a cancer that it destroyed all your team. I realized with the time that it's much better to have better cooks. They deliver the same quality of food. If I design a menu, if I train these people to actually put up the same quality of food without being the hand of a chef, I'm going to gain in money, sanity, time, headache, name it. I'm safe. So this is one of the solutions for many out there, not unsafe for everybody. And again, maybe a lot of you don't have problem with your chef, but think about it. A design restaurant with the kitchen running without a chef, you don't need an executive chef, because the cost is not just about the money, it's the headache, is what the consequences are if things that go wrong. Having cooks with a design menu that they can put out the same quality at the same time, and just because they've been called cook, obviously they're much more easy to deal with. When somebody wants to be called chef, yes chef, it's a big sooner or later you're gonna find the problem. So it's about the authority, it's about ego. Some of the chefs, they just want to be recognized to be better than others. They work miserable hours in places that they hate to go to work, but maybe the place is popular and they love to say, I'm the executive chef of this place. That is already like a very unhealthy way to do a job. And of course, it's going to reflect in what you're doing and your attitude and hating the world and not be happy with your surroundings. I think I make myself very, very clear in that department. So a design on purpose of a kitchen, it can be absolutely done and can avoid to work with chef. If you're a chef owner, of course, not a problem. Today, people are spending so much money to get restaurant consulting and coach and all these gurus and specialists. Try to find a way to run a restaurant with less headache possible and more income, more sale, more profitability. The chef today, it's at a point where this relationship between restaurant and chef is in crisis, the new trend. Look out there how much business this private chef they take away from restaurant every weekend. It's a massacre. And there are good chefs, Michelin star chef, that they go in people's house in the weekend and they don't work in restaurant. So you, restaurant owner, you need to find a way to be more smart. Once everybody, the restaurant and the chef, they had their own experience, the one without each other, and they're gonna be a little more manageable, everybody's ready to lower down their attitude, I think we can go back and try to find a chef. But at the moment, my best suggestion for you, dear restaurant owner, if you can, find a way to avoid to have a chef. Hire good cooks. Build a team that is capable to cover to each other with less attitude, no ego, and you are in charge. That's a winner formula for a success for any type of restaurant, any time or any size. My name is Davide Cerretini. I can give you 1 hour of my time if you click the link below, and we can discuss this issue here. I'll see you in the next video.